Yo, Jason, how are you?
Hello, how are you?
Very well, thank you. You enjoying the bank holiday weekend?
I'm working three shows this weekend.
I was going to say you probably aren't going to get too much benefit
So
from
I'm
it.
in the car because I'm on the road all the time.
That's absolutely it's a sign of a successful, busy person. Um, and you're going to be speaking at the first ever Irish Hypnotherapy Conference in Arklow on May 20th and 21st
Yeah, on the Saturday, I think I'm going to be
on
speaking. I think
Saturday.
that's
Yeah,
right, isn't it? On
on
Saturday
Saturday.
afternoon.
Really looking forward to it.
Yeah, well, it's interesting as we've talked about because this will be the first time I've ever spoken at a conference in Ireland.
Yeah,
Over the past 10 years, I've spoken at the two or three biggest conferences in the world: Hypno Thoughts in Las Vegas, the Heartland Conference in St. Louis, and also the National Guild Conference in Boston. So it's nice to be just half an hour from home for once, not having to take a couple of flights down, and it's sort of an opportunity for the Irish hypnosis community to get together with some people from around the world. But it's sort of something that's never been done, so I'm really excited about doing that. Really looking forward to doing that, to sharing my knowledge that I've picked up around the world with fellow Irish hypnotists and a couple from other countries as well. So I'm really looking forward to that, and it's going to really be a learning experience, not just for someone like me, but for anyone who comes to the conference, because it's where you're kind of getting, I always find with these trainings, you'll find nuggets of information that you get from, whether it be myself or Carl or Freddie or other people at the sort of, when you're having coffee with people and you get to meet people that you maybe see online or so on. And you really get to sort of speak to them one to one and have any questions. And I've also been in London with Anthony Jacquin, and it was great to meet him because I went to an event with him. I was able to ask him, methods that I'd seen in his YouTube videos that I use up personal and close. And that's what I find is really great about these things. You may see videos of mine or of other people, and then you're able to meet us or meet other fellow hypnotists, and certain things you've seen or learned, or you're actually able to ask them face to face about it. And you really benefit from that, whether you're in clinical or whether you're in events or whether you're doing the audio download business. So it's really, really, I can't recommend enough for people to come to these things, these conferences, and especially the one in Ireland, because it's going to be an inaugural one. So it's going to be really exciting with a lot of the top people in the business there.
brilliant. Yeah, I mean, I haven't been at as many conferences as you, obviously, and I haven't been speaking at them, but
Yeah,
I've thoroughly enjoyed the ones that I've been at, because the connections that I make and the ideas that I come away with,
yeah,
I've always found. But even the support that you get from other therapists, I was talking to Stephen McGill earlier, just sometimes people have issues, and there's other therapists in the room. We can help sort up some of that stuff out amongst
yeah,
ourselves. But
yeah. Well, it's
uh,
it's about learning how to. The hardest thing that I found about hypnotherapy is that most people don't understand the business side of it. We've all and everyone's done courses or gone to conferences or done trainings, whatever. But the amount of people who are seeing, even in America, the amount of people that I had to deal with and talk to and try and help who can't get customers. And that seems to be something which is prevalent around the world. Like it's a hard business to get customers in. And I think that's something that you can learn a lot from people who are making a good living out of it, is the way that you can find your niche, you can find your market, you can find ideas. I was in one of the big things that I always tell people is that when I was in Las Vegas, one of the things I did is I went to the Vegas shows. I went to Kevin's show in and Kevin does Binions, and then I went to Mark Savard's show. And what's interesting is that when I got to Mark Savard's show, he played the Planet Hollywood, and his show, at the end of that show, he comes out and he talked about explaining how hypnosis works, and he did a demonstration where he actually said he had a USB key, and this USB key contained all his therapy sessions, weight loss, smoking, etc. And he was selling that at the end of his show. And that was a light bulb moment for me, because prior to that, for 5 or 6, 7 years before, I never sold any downloads. I never sold any audios. Really, I had a CD for weight loss, but I didn't really push it. And after that, I came home, and when I came home, I developed it into a USB, and that didn't really work for me because I had to keep posting USBs. But what did work was my gastric band program, which is now one of the most successful in the world, and has sold over 5,000 units, generating a couple of 100,000 in online sales. It sells every day, day in,
fantastic.
day out, generating money, like selling this €200 recording, which I made 10 years ago. It sold maybe €250,000 worth of sales, and it still sells every single day. So that was something I picked up at a conference, at a training from another hypnotist, which has really benefited me. So things like that are really what you're going to learn at this thing. If you're struggling and you're based in a town, you're based in a city, you're starting off. These are the type of things that you can really benefit from, talking to people who are like, I knew Stephen Travers, who's speaking as well. He was in this before me. I met Stephen when I started off, and he helped me. I met Freddie in London, through his son Anthony. He helped me. I met Carl in Las Vegas. So, and that led me to a relationship with Richard Barker, who is one of the top guys in the world, who's been on the Late Show with James Corden. And we just did a training in Ireland in March. So, like, it's a very much a community. It's in its infancy in Ireland. So this is really a chance for anyone who's in the business, either clinical, stage, academic, to get involved, to meet other people, and to sort of brainstorm and help us to develop you as a therapist, and also your business.
How did you get into hypnosis, Jason?
I was a journalist for 10 years with the Sunday Independent. I sort of left journalism after another court case too many in 2006. After 10 years, and I was sort of at the height of my game, and I sort of got out of it and found myself a bit lost. And I decided to go back to college. I'd been to college when I was younger, but I never did a degree. I'd done sort of a 2-year HDip, and I'd done catering studies and like that after school. That was my family business. And in 2008, I went back and I did psychology. I did a degree in psychology, an honors degree. And in the evenings, I was really gung ho into it. So I was doing work the same as I did with the journalism. To be honest, I became very successful very quickly in journalism, because I did nothing else but journalism. And then when I turned my mind to psychology, I did my degree. And each year, at the end of each sort of academic year, I would do another course in the evening. So I was doing psychology in the daytime and at nighttime. First year I did counseling. Second year I did mindfulness and CBT. And the third year I did a course with Neve, who's based in Galway. She's in a clinic down there. She was an NGH, National Guild trainer. And I did a course. I got a connection through the late Paul Golden's wife, who I knew, who said, I was asking about hypnosis, and she said, talk to Neve. I did my NGH certification, and it was like a light bulb moment. I got into Trinity then to do a master's degree in applied psychology, and my master's research, my undergrad research, was just in laughter therapy, humor therapy for cancer patients, and then I incorporated that with hypnotherapy for my master's thesis for cancer patients, and that sort of got me started. And the minute I graduated, I opened a hypnotherapy clinic through Groupon. I couldn't get any customers. I had no money. So I did it through Groupon originally in my house in Ringsend. That's, I was getting €10 a client back in 2012.
And now you
And
have grown that,
it's
because
grown.
you have a very successful clinic. You
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
as you described, a very successful download business.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
have a stage business. So you're using hypnosis for both fun
Yeah.
and entertainment
It's,
on one
and
side,
that's why
and therapy
I
on
have
the other.
issues when there's a lot of snobbery. Like in America, there's people in Stanford and so on who will study hypnosis at an academic level, who look down on stage hypnotists. Then you've got, but stage hypnotists will sometimes veer away from clinical hypnosis. And then, so there's different factions. I sort of slot into all of them. I just happened to make a career while I was doing the journalism. I made a career as an entertainer to pay my way through college, singing with a show called the Irish Rap Pack, which I produced. So, back in 2013, maybe 14, when I'd done the clinic for a year or two, and the band was sort of fading a little bit. And I sort of decided, well, how can I combine what I'm doing, my academia stuff, my psychology stuff, my Trinity stuff, and my clinical stuff? How can I learn to do stage hypnosis so I have an extra income? And it one helps the other. So at stage shows, I can promote my weight loss and smoking and phobias and all that. And even last night, I just did. If you look at my social media, we just posted a video. I just did the Lord Mayor of Limerick's charity event, a huge black tie event for politicians last night. Like I said, this wasn't some €5 pub gig. These are all huge paying
Well, I've
gigs.
been to one or two of your events. I've seen them, and
Yeah,
they're really good fun, and people do
yeah.
experience laughter and
Yeah,
amazement.
it's open. Like, our problem in hypnosis is that everyone thinks we swing watches and shout sleep. So what's interesting is to show the phenomena of hypnosis rather than showing it on a one-to-one basis with every individual client. I can show it to 200 people in an hour. and that will lead them down the road to finding a local hypnotherapist. Because I'll say in the show, like, if you want to use hypnosis or see how suggestible you are, you can do it right now, and you can find a local hypnotherapist in Cork or Galway or Donegal who can help you with your weight loss or your smoking or whatever it is. So it's one helps the other. So that's sort of what I'm going to be speaking about at the conference. Isn't just how my career has developed and how I have the stage, how I have the clinic, how I have the online. I also have a legal portfolio that I work on. I work with solicitors who want their clients who've had post-traumatic stress, maybe had an accident, been attacked. I use that as well, and I write reports, and that's another income stream. I still have relationships with both Living Social and Groupon who sell my downloads. That's another income stream. So like the whole thing behind it is you've got to have so many different forms of income coming in. And like we've just done, where the big news that I sort of have for the conference, and please God, it will be sort of official by then, is that myself and a medical doctor, we've been working together for a few years, developing a program for injections for children. So we did what I'm sort of launching now. My new thing is immersive hypnotherapy. So in clinic, I will use PA systems. I will use screens. I will immerse people completely in the hypnotic experience as one step away from virtual reality. And basically what we do then is I will also then on top of that, not only bring people into this in my clinic, but also what I'm doing is we've done virtual reality with VR glasses with the doctor, and it's been used. Hypnosis has been used with the doctor and myself into 1 second. Let's get a call. Sorry about that.
Sorry, I know we had a slight technical issue there. So
sorry about that.
Yeah, no.
So I was saying that what we're doing now is launching virtual reality hypnosis for children who can't take an injection. So this research we've been working on we've been accepted, as far as I know, published in the world-renowned Mayo Clinic, which is the world's biggest research thing for medical research in America. And that's going to be published because within the hypnosis for the virtual reality for injections, we used it in Crumlin Hospital in Ireland, and 95% of participants in the study, the children who were hypnotized to get injections, didn't feel the needle go in. So the research was hugely successful. So we can now so if you can imagine young children in a hospital environment, a triage environment, in an emergency room where they have to get an injection, and it's going to make them, it's more traumatic than it should be. They're able to now wear these virtual reality glasses. They get hypnotized and they get their needle and they don't even feel it. So that's sort of really a breakthrough for us,
And that's evidence as well, actually. I mean,
yeah, that's peer reviewed. You see, that's why it's taken us around 2 or 3 years to get that approved in the Mayo Clinic research. So the doctor and myself, we've been working on that for years, because it takes, you get it, you send in the application, then it gets sent back, and then it's sent in. You got to change because the Mayo Clinic is so world renowned that it's got to take it as the gospel within the medical profession. So the research that we've done is we're hoping, I think it's going to approve by the end of April, so end of May, somewhere around there.
Completely.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. And even so, I often think when people sort of stage hypnosis, like I do both quite successfully, and I always think that it's like stage hypnosis is like the dessert. You've had your salad, that's your serious stuff. The stage hypnosis is like your dessert. It's like a bit of fun to lift the spirits. Yeah. And it's immensely challenging, but it's as is the clinic. But the rewards when it works 100% like it's supposed to is amazing.
Well, you've managed to combine it very successfully. I mean, for me, and I've said it a few times in some of these interviews, because the topic does come up, is that hypnosis is used for 3 things, basically, and you could add or subtract. Well, you can add to these, but one is for entertainment, and it always has been and always will be. One is for therapy, and it's a different form of the same hypnosis. It's just a different focus. And the other is for coaching. So in terms of helping people to be the best version of themselves. And hypnosis is perfect for all 3 of those. So and you've managed to successfully combine those together. So congratulations.
Yeah, I think the biggest stumbling block that people have within holistic therapies in general, but within hypnosis as much as any, is that they want to be great hypnotists, which is fine, but they have absolutely no idea how to market, how to sell, how to
I had
do
that with
whatever.
Stephen McGill earlier today. So
Yeah,
he's going to Steve and Carl Smith, of course, is addressing that one as well. So that
yeah,
topic has come up a few times.
yeah.
You're
My
obviously
daughters is walking
focused.
out of the house now.
Yeah. So listen, we will see
I,
you on
I'm
May
gonna
20th
go because
and
I gotta go to work.
21st. And I want to
Yeah,
thank you so much, Jason.
my pleasure, and I'll talk to you soon.
Take care. Bye.
All right, bye, 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 bye.